Hi, so this is kind of a new thing. I'm just trying. So, as we all know, I love music. I love to share music that I love, and I love to talk about it for no other reason that I want to. And I kind of wanted to start these discussions about albums, like physical albums that I have, because I think K-pop in particular has an amazing range of albums and how fun it is that the music it's great and it's amazing, but they also add these physical value to albums. And I wanted to start with my first official album that I got. As you might have guessed, my first album was Empathy, NCT 2018. And now the story behind it is basically I've been to K-pop for over a decade already. However, it was during the last 5 years or so that I got into it way more, also on the internet. And I started to also work, so I had a little bit of money. And I decided to, hey, let's start to search for the actual albums. There's so many albums that at that point I wanted, and so many that now I want and that I have, luckily, very, very luckily. Now, my way of picking albums, it's actually first listening to them. I'm sorry, I have to be honest. If I'm not a fan of at least more than 50% of the album, I'm probably not gonna buy it, especially because I like so many groups, so there's so many albums out there, and I do have a list of kind of things that I would prefer to buy before buying all those that sure they belong to groups that I like. Maybe I don't like all of the songs. Now, the fact that I don't like all the songs, I think it's important to be honest about because I don't want to be the one that says, oh, they're all bops. All of the hundreds of songs are perfect. No, it's not true. Of all the groups that I love and that I follow and listen to music to, I don't like all of the songs. That would be a lie, and I don't want to be honest. So, yeah. Now, in this case, I got this 2018, I think, or 2019. Time's a little bit blurry. But I remember that we went to a cosplay con with a friend, and there was just one place in the whole thing that sold K-pop albums. And we were there for not a very long time, and we were kind of in a rush, and it was raining, it was a lot, and I was under pressure, so it was really hard. So when I arrived there, they did not have that much, and some of the albums I didn't know, and like I said, I don't like to buy things that I'm not sure that I really, really want. But I saw this and I thought, I know this is A-pop. Like, this is an album that I really, really like the songs. So I kind of, when I was like, okay, let's do this. I actually got another album, but I got it like last minute. Long story. Now, NCT, it stands for New Culture Technology, and they're on the SM Entertainment, and they debuted in 2016, if I recall correctly. However, in 2018, they made this album. Why is it important? Because, I mean, if you're into NCT, you kind of know the whole thing. That being said, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's kind of difficult, but I explained that to a friend, the friend of the con, and they understood it. So it's not really that hard. Come on, it's just a big group that can divide into different groups. That's it. It's very simple. So this is the first album that they all are together. The even for this album added a few members, and the whole list of songs, it's great. I think that as a presentation letter, if you wish, of what NCT is and how kind of how what's the vibe and how they work, I think this is a great album of presentation, like I said. Especially looking back at it now, I think it really represents them very well and has a lot of details that even now you get. Now, starting from the basics is the fact that this K-pop album has one of the things that I most love about K-pop albums, which is a hardcover. Why? Because one of the beautiful things about K-pop albums is how much extra things they have. Like, you have the CD, you have the photo album, you have a lot of things sometimes. And even sometimes they just sell the kind of photo book with everything in it. However, I'm not a fan of it because everything falls and it can be sometimes hard to store it. However, this color, it's great, it's strong enough, and it's really, really cool. Actually, looking at it, I remember thinking that there are two versions. This is one of the versions, the other one is black and white. Now, this version really always gave me the impression of Microsoft, like in the 90s, early 2000s, because of the basic colors. And I don't know if it was intentional, but I don't know, that's always what I think when I see it. This album has 13 songs, and interesting enough, it has an intro, an outro, and in the middle song is basically Black on Black, which is the song in which they are all together. Now, that's one of my favorite songs. I think it's amazing also because it utilizes not only great voices and a great style and vibe that I particularly like, but because it utilizes the amount of members that you have in NCT. So you have a great performance. Sometimes numbers can be overwhelming if you don't do it correctly. However, I think that's a great presentation in which you can see how a lot of members can actually put together, can give a lot more. Like I was saying, I think it's a great introduction to NCT, also because of the range of songs. You have this vibe, then you have things like Touch, you have Yesterday, which is a very, very fascinating song. You have The Seven Sense, that's, I'm gonna be honest, it's one of my favorite songs ever. Then you have, of course, a ballad. You have even Dream in a Dream, which is a dance song that's very, very particular, which also the video is very, very nice. And talking about music videos, the music videos of this that come from this album are also, I think, very much indicative of the style. There's a lot of choreography show, but there's a lot of style. And there is a very particular vibe that I think NCT has. And one thing that I think is nice about it is looking back at it now, it's how they have actually maintained, even though they have tried different things and themes, NCT remains. Now, if I had to choose, I think the most representative song here, it's Black on Black. Like I said, it just has a few voices, and it's mainly the performance and the putting together all of the members. So I would say that's the representative song of the album. I do like this album a lot. These songs are amazing and they're very unique. For example, now it's Go, and this is from NCT Dream. So you have the songs made by NCT 127, NCT Dream, Wavy even, with the Wiki version in Chinese. So it is a nice union of all of what it is NCT, and I love it. However, I'm gonna come clean and say it. I probably have said this 1,000 times, and put it somewhere on the internet. Is that I love the Seven Sense, the music video, the song, the outfits, the choreography. That's a trifecta. Even though I think I said more than three things, it's an amazing thing. It's one of my favorite things ever when it comes to music in general. One thing that I want to say that also involves the reason why I like to use my money to buy albums is the fact that in terms of comparison between the East and the West, K-pop mainly, and a lot of other albums is the simplicity. Let's be honest, we all grew up with tiny cases, plastic, and sometimes you had a few interesting colors and sometimes you had cool photos and things, but usually they were quite boring. Let's be honest, even the cassettes, I used to have cassettes as well because yes, I'm old. And the same thing came. I mean, it came with, the page that you can put long, but it had a reduced amount of things. And usually the cost is basically the same. If you go to a music store, this, with what comes inside it, as well as many of the K-pop albums, costs basically the same as that case. And we're not talking about vinyls, we're talking about CDs because there's the CD in here as well as all of the rest. So this amount of work, for me, personally, it's worth it. What comes into making this, I think, is fascinating when you think about it, because everything from what colors are you going to use, to where the photographies are going to be taken, to the font, to how the colors are going to shade, absolutely everything, the dimensions of the thing, everything goes through a process and through a group of things and people. So I loved it because it's a combination of art in so various forms that comes together. You have, of course, the boys that are very, very talented and very good looking, but you also have the stylists, makeup artists, hairstylists, you have the photography, you have the lighting, you have the producers, you have the directors, the choreographers, everyone. So let's just open it, and as you can see, like I said, hardcover, we love it. And the beautiful CD. Now what you're hearing now is actually the CD. I converted it on iTunes, and it's what I'm looking at. I love that song, sorry. Anyways, so NCT is under SM Entertainment. Now, the whole story with companies, it's actually very recent for me because ages ago I had no idea. I would just log on once in a while on the internet and YouTube and search for the songs of the artists that at the time I really liked, and then go through that for a while, but I wouldn't go anywhere deeper. So I didn't really know about all the company's things. However, since I did notice, SM has kind of these things that come with their albums that usually connected to this is like coupons and things for applications in the games that they have. I don't really care much about it, but I think it would be great if there was like a place in which you could put these codes, because maybe someone in Korean could use them, because I'm never going to use them, but maybe someone could have. I'm pretty sure these are expired, but I mean, in the future. Now, like I said, we have the city and we have the photo album. Now, this photo album has some gems because, like I said, one of the things that I love is the whole work behind it. And one of the things that got me into not only K-pop but also Japanese music was the fashion sense, because it is so easy sometimes to go, oh, let's make everyone wear the same thing, perhaps except leader, and that's it. However, the work that they go through to give absolutely everyone something unique and different, I think it's fascinating and lovely. So, as you can see, it's thick, it's a good one. There's other members as well. You have the list of the songs, and you have some of the songs and who participated in them, and mainly you have pictures of the boys, as well as some thoughts. You have a journal of various members, and I just wanted to go back to the fashion because, and the photography. Look at this. Look at this. This is magazine worthy. They look amazing. The lighting, the makeup, and again the fashion. I just love it. This man was born to be put on a photo of everything. He looks amazing in everything. I mean, they all look amazing in everything. Touch again, the combination and changes. Like you go from black on black, which is all in black. Like, okay, let's do this. Black on black. Everyone's dressed in black, yet everyone is wearing something different. Amazing. And then you have the change to touch, in which the colors are soft and lovely, and they're also unique and so fun to watch. I just love it. If it wasn't clear enough. Okay, I know I say that I love this. That being said, okay, let's talk. So this is the paper in which the lyrics come in. It's kind of a poster, and I have mixed feelings because in a way I get it. I understand. If you want to listen to the songs and read it, this cannot be big, and if you have to fold it, it can break. So yeah, I get it. However, I'm blind. Like I can't read this. I mean now maybe because there's this enlightening, but at night if I'm just chilling in my bed, I'm gonna lose even more eyesight that I already have. And again, I get it. It's practical, and you can just take it out, and it's also written in English, and it has all the credits, but it's just so small. I don't get it. I mean, I think it could look good as a poster. Like, imagine you have two and you put one this side and the other this side, and you put like two. That could be a great idea. I'm not a fan of decorating the way, but you know, just saying. Now, another thing that I love about K-pop albums, like I said, is the fact that they sometimes bring all the extra things and fun things. In this particular case, there is this, which is kind of a diary journal. I don't know how to explain it. This one's from Taeyong. It was made in 2013, which is a while ago. And anyway, it has a drawing and something written in Korean, which I wish I could read. I really, really wish. That being said, Little Young is a 95 boy, so he's my cousin. Because everyone that's born in 95, it's automatically my cousin slash twin, especially if they were born closer to my birthday. But anyway, my cousin, Little Young. And last but not least, let's bring it out. Let's talk about it. Protocols. Now, again, I'm gonna complain and be honest. I don't care, okay? What comes out comes out. For me, it's more about the whole experience and the music, and I don't have any particular feelings about protocols. I do get it. You know, it's kind of a hobby. I get it. It's fine. Listen, I mean, I just don't want to come out like the person who says this is stupid. It's really not. I mean, I think that if you have fun with it and you're being also aware of your money, that's fine. So this was my first photo card, and I was really excited because, again, I do know the whole story behind the photo card, so it was always nice for me, and it is Tail, the fake magnet, because this boy, the same age as, anyway. So yeah, I think it's very nice. I think it's one of those things that is very unique of K-pop, because you're just basically paying for a selfie. Like, you could tell us print something like this at home. But you know, again, I get it. It's one of those things like the album itself. It's just stuff, but it makes you happy. Like, this whole thing makes me happy, and the fact that I can listen to the thing while I'm looking at these things, it makes me happy. So it's fine. Just don't take it too seriously. I think is what I'm trying to say. It's that it's still just a piece of cardboard. But if you have fun, that's great. Enjoy it. Just not exaggerate. Anyway, the photographs usually come with, you know, the photo and the signature and some messages, which again, I wish I could read, but I can't because I'm not Korean. That being said, I do know that you can find on the internet, usually someone that has the same one and is able to translate. And on the note of Black on Black, that was NCT 2018 Empathy. Yay!